What if eating food could make you stronger, richer, and completely unstoppable? That's exactly what we're about to test. Our character starts with almost nothing, but there's one simple goal: eat as much food as possible, gain insane amounts of fat, unlock better areas, and become the most powerful player in the game. And by the end, we're talking about millions of fat. We begin with some basic food. Burgers, fries, chicken, tacos, and other snacks are waiting everywhere. Every time we eat something, our fat increases. It doesn't look like much at first, but every single bite is helping us level up. So the strategy is simple. Eat everything. The first few foods are easy to collect. We grab one meal. Then another. And another. The numbers start climbing, and suddenly our character is already getting stronger. But there's a problem. The basic food can only take us so far. If we really want to become powerful, we need to find better food. After collecting enough fat, we reach the first important upgrade. Now we can access better food and increase our progress much faster. This is where the game starts becoming interesting. Instead of slowly eating tiny snacks, we can start looking for food that gives us much bigger rewards. And of course, we're going to eat all of it. Look at this. The amount of food appearing around us is getting crazy. There are burgers, fried chicken, sandwiches, and all kinds of ridiculous meals. We keep eating, and the numbers continue going up. Every few seconds, our character becomes stronger. And then something even better happens. We unlock a multiplier. Now our fat gain is multiplied. That means every piece of food is worth much more than before. So instead of wasting time with the weakest food, we start focusing on the better items. The more we eat, the faster we level up. And this is where the numbers really start exploding. Our character is now moving through the game much faster. The food that looked valuable earlier is suddenly not enough anymore. We need bigger rewards. So we head back into the food area and start searching for something better. And then we find another huge meal. Time to eat. The numbers are climbing incredibly fast now. Our character keeps eating while the fat counter continues increasing. The level rises. The money rises. And the multiplier makes everything even faster. At this point, this isn't just about eating food anymore. It's about becoming completely overpowered. And now we've reached a much higher level. The amount of fat is already massive compared to where we started. But we're not stopping. There are still better foods waiting deeper inside the game. So we keep going. One meal after another. One upgrade after another. And look at the number now. We've reached around level 395 with approximately 68.4 million fat. That is absolutely insane compared to the beginning. Remember when we were collecting tiny amounts from basic food? Now we're dealing with millions. But apparently, even millions aren't enough. We've reached a more advanced stage, and now something special appears. A legendary item has spawned. This is exactly what we were looking for. The better the food, the bigger the reward. So we immediately go for it. Because at this point, every upgrade matters. And now things get completely ridiculous. Instead of normal burgers and chicken, we start seeing strange and oversized foods. Some of them don't even look like real food anymore. But honestly, we don't care what it looks like. If it gives us more fat, we're eating it. The character keeps collecting food while the money counter continues increasing. The multiplier is still active, so every reward is much more valuable. This is the perfect situation. More food. More fat. More money. More upgrades. And the cycle just keeps getting faster. Now we're entering one of the more advanced areas of the game. The food here is much more valuable than the basic items we started with. And that's exactly why our progress is accelerating so quickly. We've gone from tiny numbers to thousands. Then millions. But we're still not finished. The game keeps throwing crazier food at us. There's a giant sandwich. A strange animated food character. Cookies. Colorful desserts. And even more unusual items. At this point, the game has basically turned into an unlimited food buffet. Our character keeps eating everything in sight. The money counter continues climbing. The fat counter keeps growing. And with every new food, we get closer to an absolutely ridiculous number. We started with almost nothing. Now we're sitting on an enormous amount of fat. But can we push it even further? The final section gives us some of the strangest foods we've seen so far. And look at the amount of food available. There is no reason to stop now. So we keep eating. 1, 2, 3. And another 1. The numbers are flying up. Just look at how far we've come. From a tiny amount of fat at the beginning. to millions by the end. The upgrades, multipliers and better food completely changed the game. And our character has become almost unrecognizable compared to the start. So that's what happens when you literally eat your way to the top. Would you try this challenge? And most importantly, how much fat do you think you could reach? Let me know in the comments.
Life is no easy, but your luck is very difficult. And how to achieve? And the Sony game not perfect in daily life, but you have somebody outer this area and you have changed myself and everything you know like me and deserve it the very no moment. The Sony game is no poverty in discipline, not my mind and everything do not deserve it. And like so as me and don't touch and forget me and together, but you have no shame and life, but you have you and everything do not discuss and like improvement, but somebody you have changed, no discuss, no life improvement, no somebody else, but you have changed and discuss is life is so poverty and discarded and you have so nobody and so low is Sony game is no poverty on my this mind it appear and this public is disappear and you match me and everything you know fuck me and fuck me. Don't forget me.